everyone and welcome back to the DBMS revision series. आज हम एक बहुत important topic समझेंगे जो exam और practical दोनों के लिए important है. Seriously, if you are preparing for the SPPU MCA 2025 pattern exams, you need to pay close attention. Understanding subqueries is absolutely crucial. I guarantee you, if you grasp the basic funda here, you are going to easily secure full marks on this question. We are going to make it super simple, clear, and perfectly tailored to what your examiners are looking for. But hey, before we look at the syntax, I want you to think about something real quick. Have you ever wondered how WhatsApp instantly loads your specific chats out of billions of messages? या फिर आपका ATM आपका exact account balance एक fraction of a second में कैसे check करता है? Obviously, they aren't searching through every single user's data one by one. They use highly optimized database queries to ask specific layered questions. And the secret weapon behind a lot of this, it's exactly what we are covering today.
So, here is our quick agenda. 1. The nested query concept explained. 2. Single versus multiple row subqueries. 3. Practical SQL examples. And 4. The exam point of view.
Okay, Section 1, Nested Query Concept Explained. Let's dive right into this. Let's forget the heavy technical jargon for a second. What is a subquery? Simply put, a subquery, जिसे हम nested query भी बोलते हैं, is just a query placed inside another SQL query. Basically, एक query के अंदर दूसरी query. Think of it like those Russian nesting dolls. The inner query does a specific job. It fetches a very specific piece of data. Then it hands that data over to the main outer query, which uses it to give you your final result. Without the inner query doing its homework, the outer query just wouldn't have the information it needs to finish the job. To make this concrete, let's look at some real-life uses. Imagine you're on a shopping app, and you want to see your order history. The database doesn't just magically know your user ID, right? The app uses an inner query to first say, hey, find the user ID for the person with this specific email address. Once it gets that ID, the outer query takes over and says, awesome, now fetch all the orders linked to this exact user ID. You see the exact same logic in college databases pulling student records, library management systems, and banking systems. Now, here is the execution flow. This is a golden rule in SQL, students, so please lock this into your memory for the exam. The database engine always reads from the inside out. Step 1, the inner query executes first. Step 2, the result of that inner query is passed upward to the outer query. And step 3, finally, the outer query executes using that provided result. The outer query literally just waits patiently until the inner query finishes. Moving on to Section 2, Single versus Multiple Row Subqueries. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this is exactly where examiners love to test your conceptual clarity. We have two main types. On the left, we have the single row subquery. Just like the name says, the inner query gives back exactly one single value or row. Because it's a single value, we use normal mathematical operators like equals, greater than, or less than. On the right, we have the multiple rows subquery. The inner query returns multiple rows, meaning a whole list of values. And because it's a list, you can't just use an equal sign. You have to use operators designed for lists, like in, any, or all. Using the wrong operator here is the #1 mistake students make, so keep this funda very clear. All right, Section 3, Practical SQL Examples. Let's see how we write this in the exam to score maximum marks. Theory ho gayi. Now let's apply it. Let's look at example 1. We need to find the name of the student who scored the highest marks in the class. Problem is, we don't know what the highest mark is yet. Maybe it's 95, maybe 99. So we write, select name from students where marks equals, and then we open our parentheses. Inside the parentheses is our inner query. Select max of marks from students. Let's break down exactly how this runs in the background. And this brilliantly illustrates the inside-out rule we talked about. As you can see in the execution phase, the database runs the inner query first. Select max of marks from students. Let's pretend the result is 98. The database holds onto that number. Now the outer query runs. It looks like this. Select name from students where marks equals 98. It seamlessly substitutes the inner query with the result. Boom! Just like that, it finds the exact student. Let's look at another very common exam scenario. Example 2. The salary comparison. The question asks you to find all employees who earn more than an employee named Rahul. Again, you don't know Rahul's exact salary, so we nest a query. The outer query is, select emp name from employees where salary is greater than, open parentheses, select Salary from Employees, where emp name equals Rahul. The inner query goes in, finds Rahul's salary. Let's say it's 50,000. Then the outer query takes over and finds everyone whose salary is greater than 50,000. Ekdom simple and logical. Section 4, Exam Point of View. Let's do a quick revision summary. We've covered the logic, the types, and the syntax. Now, here is your high-yield revision checklist to ensure you don't lose a single mark. Number 1, always enclose your inner queries in parentheses. Brackets lagana mat bhulna, otherwise syntax error ho jayega. Number 2, explicitly write down that inner queries execute first. Professors love seeing that. Number 3, match your operators. If your inner query returns multiple rows, make sure you are using in or any, not an equal sign. And number 4, write your syntax clearly step by step, just like we did with the table today.
So mastering the inner query really means mastering the database. You now understand the core logic that powers everything from WhatsApp to banking systems. You are completely ready for this topic in Unit 2. अगर वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगी हो तो लाइक, शेयर and subscribe जरूर करना. Seriously, it means a lot to us. Keep studying hard, trust your preparation, and I will see you in the next revision session.